family lived off my grandmother's money while mocking me for working until she bought a luxury car just for me. I'm 22. I work as an accounts clerk at a construction company making $38,000 a year. Not glamorous, but it's mine. Every morning I catch the 5:45 train, 90 minutes each way, standing room only, pressed against strangers who smell like coffee and regret. My family thinks I'm insane. My parents and older brother Derek have lived off my grandmother for 8 years. She sends $2,800 monthly. Rent, utilities, groceries, everything. They don't work. They just exist on her checks like parasites on a host. You're wasting your 20s, my mom would say from the couch at noon. Look at Derek. He knows how to enjoy life. Derek was 26, spent his days gaming and going out with his girlfriend Madison. She practically lived with us rent-free, always smirking when I'd stumble home exhausted. My dad just shook his head whenever he saw me leaving in the dark. That quiet disappointment that cut deeper than words. But my grandmother understood. She built 3 laundromats from nothing after my grandfather died. Started with 1 broken machine. She knew what work meant. She visited unannounced in October. Spent the day watching Derek sleep until noon while my parents watched television. When I stumbled through the door at 7 p.m., she was waiting. Where's your car? I take the train, Grandma. You know that. Her eyes narrowed. She asked about my commute. I told her everything. The 5:15 alarm. The 90-minute sardine can each way. The exhaustion that never lifted. Then she turned to my parents. Why doesn't she have a car? I send $2,800 monthly. Why is she commuting 3 hours daily? My mom mumbled something about teaching me responsibility. The irony was completely lost on her. 3 days later, a white Mercedes SUV sat in our driveway. $78,000. My grandmother pressed the keys into my hand. For being like me at your age, she said. Not like them? My commute dropped to 25 minutes. I had energy. My boss noticed improvements. Everything changed, and the pressure started. Derek suddenly needed the car for job interviews. My mom cried about family helping family. My dad threatened to charge me rent if I couldn't share. Madison made comments about how selfish I was, tearing the family apart over a stupid car. After 3 weeks, they broke me. If you can't share with family, my dad said coldly, maybe you shouldn't live in the family house. I had $1,800 saved, not enough for a deposit anywhere. I handed over the keys. Derek drove it everywhere. Bars, parties. Madison used it to visit her other boyfriend across town. They scratched the bumper, spilled drinks on leather, left trash rotting in back. I went back to the trains. Derek never went to a single interview. Not one. Christmas came. I took a 2-hour bus to grandmother's house because Derek drove my car there with Madison riding shotgun. Grandmother was gardening when I walked up on foot. Where's the Mercedes? Before I could answer, my car pulled in blasting music. Derek and Madison laughing. Grandmother's face went cold. She yanked open the driver's door. Out, both of you. Now. Then she turned to my parents on the porch. You stole from her. The $2,800 stops today. All of it. You're done. My mother cried about rent. My dad tried explaining. Grandmother raised her hand. You had years to treat her with respect. You chose exploitation. Figure out your own lives. Madison's face went pale. She pulled out her phone, called someone, and walked down the driveway without looking at Derek. He called after her twice. She never turned around. Grandmother pressed the keys into my hand. This was always yours. Then she offered me an apartment in her building, a position at her company, $95,000 salary. You reminded me why I built everything, she said. Now I'll teach you to build your own. My family was evicted in 6 weeks. Dad found work as a night janitor. Mom started cleaning houses. Derek bounced through 3 warehouse jobs. 6 months later, Mom called from an unknown number. We were wrong about everything. You were working while we wasted our lives. I'm sorry. I thanked her. Meant it. Then told her I wasn't ready to let them back in. Maybe someday. She understood. I drive that Mercedes daily. Every time I start it, I remember grandmother's words. The easy path is a trap. Comfortable until suddenly it isn't. My family mocked me for years for choosing work. Now they finally understand what that word means.